so the ego is a sacrifice. So God, that goes to the tenet of the metaphysical worm, where
Or
we,
I don't know about that.
basically the tenet of the metaphysical worm is literally just what I was talking about, where it's like the worm rolling in the dirt. That's us. You know what I
Right.
mean? That like God's incredibly cruel. That like here's the way I was really thinking about it was that like if God were a human, what he did was horrific. Like if you could place human morals on God, him creating infinite genocides and infinite hells just so that he could feel them and feel good. You know what I mean? Basically, what he's doing is the equivalent of us simulating entire other people for a TV show. You know what I mean? Their lives, their miseries. You know what I mean? All of their lives, them getting raped and living and dying and watching people around them, their world crumble, doing all of that for our entertainment. That's essentially the moral equivalent of what God is doing. And we are those pawns for him to taste. You know what I mean? And it's like that's what it's like if you think about it from the human perspective, and that's true. And then you can think about it from God's perspective, and from God's perspective, it's just it's existence. You know what I mean? It's thrashing. I guess is the way you can put it. It's the only option. You know what I mean? It's reaching towards beauty. It's reaching towards difference. It is existence itself. It's love. You know what I mean? It's infinite love. It's wanting more, always wanting more, and loving everything that you have. To God, there aren't these human moral standards. You know what I mean? It literally, it doesn't even work like that in his mind. You know what I mean? Of course, there's no human moral standards of good and bad. It just is, and the beauty of what it is to be, and how much more you want to be. You know what I mean? That's all God thinks of it as. And
The way I've seen good and bad is like I imagine as like from the human perspective, we see good and bad as if we were like sitting at the bottom of the Grand Canyon. What if we took a bird's eye view and they're good is one wall and bad is the other wall? But if we took a bird's eye view, we would see it's only one canyon.
another way is to is to think about it where it's like, ah, damn, I lost it. That one's a bit too complicated for me, I think, right now with my language. Let me try again. I'll think about it. Yeah, I'll drop it. It's not good enough, and I'm gonna need to spend 10 minutes fucking working out the linguistic fucking effects of that. But so, back to what we were talking about before, where essentially, of course, good and bad being referential. That's a classic concept. But truly understanding, like, first of all, how bad it is from the human perspective, like how morally abhorrent it is, and then understanding it from oh yeah, that's I guess what I was gonna say is basically that is it worse to not exist at all? Is it morally worse if God had the choice between existing and all of the good and all of the bad, and between that choice and the choice of not existing at all? Really, morally, which one's worse from the human perspective? Is another way to think about it. Where it's like, even from the human perspective, you can rectify it from that position of like, well, at least God is, and he chose to be. And isn't that